to another episode of Asia Unscripted. We are here in Las Vegas. It is Christmas Eve, December 24th, and we are here on the Las Vegas Strip, also known as Las Vegas Boulevard. So, I'll tell you why I'm here. A couple reasons. So every few years on Christmas, I always was in a new place to check out. Usually a warmer place than where I was living at the time. So, for example, back in 2009, I believe. No, not 2009. Sorry, 9 years ago. So 2012. I spent Christmas in Honolulu, Hawaii. So that was a great experience for Christmas.
I don't know, some people don't really think that.
So 2 years later, in 2014, I spent Christmas in Hong Kong. And that was a new experience for me. That was a nice experience. Chick-fil-A, already closed for the holiday. And then 5 years ago, 2016, I spent Christmas in Singapore. And that was my first time in Singapore. Well, my first and only time. I was in Singapore last year, but just at the airport. So I didn't actually do much of anything. So this is the Planet Hollywood. So I wanted to make this Christmas different again, so here I am in Vegas. I was here again back in July. I don't remember if I did videos for you guys when I was here last time. It was really, really hot. It was 100 degrees, 110 degrees during the day, Fahrenheit. And at nighttime it wasn't much better. Right now, it's in the low 50s, so it's a lot better than Salt Lake City right now. So, yeah, Las Vegas. So across the way we got the Bellagio, Caesar's Palace, the Mountain Show. So I wanted to talk about Typhoon Odette. That happened about a week ago, and I didn't have time to do a video about it. And I wanted to talk a little bit about it because it happened in a large swath of the Philippines got hit by it. So Leyte, Cebu, Negros Oriental, Negros Occidental. I got friends along that whole stretch, and there was a lot of damage done. Cebu City, where I used to live. So I used to live in IT Park. You guys have seen videos of me in IT Park. And now IT Park looks bad. There was a video someone had sent me of IT Park, and it looked bad. But most of the damage appeared to be from trees, branches coming down, leaves coming down. And in my favorite night market, the Mercado, that was mostly made up of tents, and that got totally destroyed right in the middle of IT Park. And that was kind of expected. So there's the Paris. We're gonna go across the street to the Bellagio, see what we can see. Any moment now. So Dumaguete, I used to live there. A lot of Dumaguete right now. It escaped major damage, but power's been out. Up north of Dumaguete is where the big damage happened. So pretty much up north, Vice, and up north. Got a lot of damage. The problem is, I had a condo, one of those high-rise condos. So a lot of these high-rise condos in Cebu City, they have generators. But how are the generators fueled? Well, they need gas. They need diesel. They need fuel. And they claim there wasn't a fuel shortage, but there was. His building, Gio's building, didn't get any fuel replenishments, and the generator lasted about 36 hours or 2 days, and then it died. So, you know, in the Philippines, the generators typically power 1 or 2 outlets in your condo. So typically maybe your refrigerator outlet, and maybe if you're lucky, you'll have 1 more outlet. Not everybody's lucky, however. So he decided after a few days, maybe staying in Lapu-Lapu wasn't the best move for him. There's the Eiffel Tower, lit up in red, white, and blue, which is really cool. While we're waiting for the light to change, here's the Planet Hollywood. Down there's the MGM. It's time for us to go. So he decided what a lot of people decided to do was to get out of Cebu. So he tried to get an airplane ticket. The airport was closed for 1 or 2 days, but then it did reopen. I believe 2 days after. That's what happens when a vehicle blocks the crosswalk.
They're right there.
So we'll try to get across the street here, hopefully in a timely manner. So then he tried getting a ferry, and a lot of the ferries had lines hundreds of people long, and they weren't allowing people to the ports, unfortunately. So he was kind of stuck. So good news though, he went down to one of the ferry lines yesterday, got himself a ticket, and yeah, this is the bad side of the road to be on apparently. Let's try to get to the edge of the road. So now he's on his way to Mindanao, so he'll be there for a while. And a lot of locals, a lot of expats are trying to get out of the Philippines. So yeah, it's an unfortunate situation. Most of Cebu, I can only talk about Cebu because that's where my friends are in Negros Oriental. Most of the power is still out. Most of the internet's still out. Much of the water supply is still out. So it's still tough living in the Philippines, and there's a lot of expats that are wanting out. I mean, if you guys listen to the guy, every man has a story. He's talking about getting out. Some others have been talking about getting out, because it's going to be several weeks, several months of recovery time. So, not good. So, watch who you give money to. I know people are going to want to give money to the recovery efforts. Watch who you give money to, because not everybody's on the up and up overseas. So if you know a trustworthy expat that's raising money, go with that person. Don't go with somebody you don't know. So hopefully things will come back and be better than before. All right, so for right now, that's all I got. Just kind of wanted to talk about the typhoon. kind of talk about my tradition here on Christmas, going to different places. So you guys stay safe out there. Cases are on their way back up with the new Omicron. I'll talk about that in the next video. We'll talk about Omicron and how it's changed reopening plans all around the world and how it's changed even stuff here in the States. I mean, it doesn't look like it right now here in Vegas. I mean, it's pretty busy down here, but it's even affected Vegas too. So we'll talk about that in the next video. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for when I do videos. I'm going to be doing several videos from here in Las Vegas. I'll be here a couple days before I head back up to Salt Lake City. So for Asia Unscripted, this is Jason, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Take care.